Welcome to Remote Work Communications Training. This training gives employees the tools and understanding for communicating effectively and building relationships in a remote work environment. Remote workers rely on the communication of their team members and leaders to complete projects, know what's going on within the organization, and build a positive culture. At the end of this section, you will have learned the following: remote work environment considerations, importance of matching technology to the task, effective remote communication behaviors and techniques. Effective communication helps you stay on the same page with your team, clarifies understanding, and keeps us productive and moving toward our goals. Communication is even more important when working remotely because the lack of physical cues makes it easier to misinterpret each other. Determining the best communication method will help ensure that your message is received as intended. The following sections will review what to consider when choosing communication tools. Before you select a communication platform, consider these questions. What is the length of the material? Is this something that requires a scheduled in-person meeting or video conference? Or can it be handled with a quick email or text? Who is your audience? Is this a check-in with colleagues or a formal presentation to an external audience? Do you have the tools and technology needed for the meeting? Do you understand the functionality in advance of hosting or joining the meeting? Many communication technologies exist for teams, from email and chat platforms to video conferencing. Some technologies are better suited to specific tasks than others. Working remotely requires a knowledge of these technologies and how to use them appropriately. There are plenty of communication tools for remote teams. Still, we must recognize there is a time and place for each mode of communication. Each communication tool has its strengths and best uses. For example, online chat is an effective tool for asking a quick question about a project you're working on. Email is an excellent solution for providing a detailed summary to your supervisor or project team. Video messaging or conferencing is the best option when conducting weekly team meetings. And finally, phone calls are an appropriate solution to discuss sensitive topics with a team member, or as an alternative for a team member uncomfortable with video conferencing. The best practice is to use the tools that fit your team's culture. Next, we'll discuss each tool and how it can improve communication within your remote team. Programs like Google Chat are best for quick communication, like checking project statuses, asking questions, or coordinating schedules. Use chat to share a friendly hello or get a quick update. Connect through video whenever possible. These interactions provide essential nonverbal cues such as tone of voice and facial expressions, which help prevent and minimize misunderstandings of content and intent. As the closest thing to recreating in-person interactions, video meetings are the perfect tool for group discussions, presentations, discussing difficult topics, professional development, and building relationships. Video chat increases engagement with other members of your team. If you need to communicate something that requires documentation or that might be referenced later, like an issue with a critical project, a highly detailed message, or instructions, email is the best tool. Suppose video isn't available or preferred by you or the person you want to speak with. In that case, sensitive conversations are best conducted over the phone. Effective communication requires emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills to promote positive interactions while working remotely. The following slides will provide you with tips for effective communication techniques and behaviors. Being self-aware, communicating regularly, and knowing your audience are behaviors and techniques that promote effective communication. The first rule of communication is to be self-aware and realize how you like to communicate, Are you a direct, just the facts type of communicator? Are you a storyteller? Is your relationship with the other person a critical aspect of the communication? Reflecting on how others react to your communications and sharing the best way for others to communicate with you is essential. Communicate regularly and often, but don't overload others with information. Avoid lengthy emails or virtual meetings. Schedule time for regular communications with colleagues and teams. Calling is the best method if you have something sensitive to discuss. Always promptly return calls and emails. Ensure your calendar is up to date and set an out-of-office message on your phone and email when unavailable. Consider who you are communicating with and what level of detail is needed. Tailoring your communication, presentation, and delivery method to your audience will improve the overall effectiveness of your communication. Everyone is different when it comes to communicating at work. Ask your supervisor for the best way to share updates. The following slides will discuss active listening, checking for understanding, and readiness. Practice active listening and avoid distractions. Listen attentively, and be ready to read between the lines. Stay focused and show your commitment by participating in the event and communicating. Paraphrase and summarize when you are giving or receiving instructions, and check for confirmation of understanding. Be wary of using jargon or acronyms that others may not understand. Prepare ahead for scheduled meetings. Create an agenda, even if it's for your eyes only. And if the communication gets messed up, fix it. Do not ignore the situation and let it get worse. A good work relationship requires trust, respect, inclusion, and open communication. This section will explore each of these characteristics. Clear communication helps build and foster trust, a vital element of all successful remote teams. Trust in a remote team develops through reliability, consistency, and responsiveness. Ensure you meet project deadlines, be on time and prepared for scheduled meetings, and follow through on your assigned tasks. Be transparent. Being transparent means saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and doing what you promise in any setting. Share knowledge. Be open and share your knowledge and resources with others. Doing so can foster vision in others and strengthen professional relationships. Always be respectful. Showing respect through communication is vital in developing relationships. A few tips for remote communications that are successful and respectful include: value others' opinions, encourage expression and consider their viewpoints. Be polite, kind, and courteous. Good manners always are a must. Listen graciously. Good communication requires active listening as well as talking. Avoid negativity. Choose a constructive way to compromise or collaborate when addressing issues or problem solving. Treat people equally and fairly, no matter the difference in background, position level, experience, or other factors. To develop a healthy relationship, you must value the ideas and input of your colleagues. Effective teamwork is only possible when all team members respect each other. Your team includes people from diverse cultures, backgrounds, and experiences. Inclusion fosters and generates a variety of ideas and thought processes, which help teams achieve better results. However, in a virtual environment, team members can sometimes feel reluctant to speak up. When you focus on communicating openly and inclusively, you involve others in collaborative communication and decision-making. It is important to be interested in other people and ask genuine and sincere questions. Actively soliciting perspectives and viewpoints from team members demonstrates openness to different ideas and approaches to a task. Building a diverse and inclusive work environment where people have a sense of belonging promotes a successful team. This concludes the remote work communications training. Using the tools and information provided will help you be successful in communicating effectively and building relationships in a remote work environment. Thank you for watching.